September is just over a week away, and that means back to school, back to work, and for people like me, back to not eating like a college student. Joining me now is fitness and lifestyle expert Jerome Ferguson to give us the 6 ways we can help get healthy and get back on the train. How are you doing?
Yes, good. How are you?
I'm doing good. You are a specimen of fitness just standing right there.
Thank you.
So you have brought us some tips on what we can do.
Yeah, definitely. So back to school, we have some Sunday meal prep here. So initially, what I would like to talk about first is just meal prep. So kids getting involved with meal prep is a major thing. You want to just make sure that kids are getting involved, because when they go to school, you don't want them to have that cafeteria food, you know, the pizza, the hot dogs. Right. You want them to have some good food. So we have some good greens, grains, and we have some chicken there for good meal prep.
And that's good too, because when you have a lot of good proteins, a lot of grains, that will keep them full for the day.
Exactly, and that's a key thing. That's a key thing.
And
sure.
Next, we got, I only recently started doing sort of like the shakes, the sort of supplements, and that's what we have here.
Yeah, so here we have some snacks. So people often think that you have to have a protein powder after a workout. It's good for after a workout, but you can also have it for a snack, right? So having it for a snack is very important. We have some other things here as well. We have some almonds, apples, Greek yogurt, and high quality protein from Genuine Health is always a great thing to have as a snack.
And what's great here, no bloating. That's what got me, because I always look like I'm in my second trimester by hour 5 of my shift. So that's always good to know. And it's good because it keeps you full and it doesn't keep you too much, right? Whereas important. Some of this stuff, this is what, I'm so tempted by it always, but it really adds up at the end of the day, both calories and the effects it has.
Yeah, definitely. And going back to school, the thing is that if kids have this, like let's say before lunchtime, they're drinking pop. They're going to go to their class and fall asleep. You're going to get a phone call from your teacher saying, "Oh, my kid's falling asleep," right? So, so we want to make sure that the kids are not consuming too much of this soda and juice, right? So it's not ideal.
The key is to trade it in for water.
Exactly, and that brings us to the next tip here is drinking a lot of water. So just making sure that water is being consumed. Kids are running around all the time. They're playing sports, getting back into school. So kids don't realize how dehydrated they get. So making sure that you pack a water bottle with them before they go to school is going to be very, very key.
And that's really good that you mentioned that as well, because sparkling water is a good alternative as well. If you have a soda stream as well, because pop, usually people kind of like it because of that taste, the way it quenches your thirst. But sparkling water could do the same. Just squeeze in a lemon in it,
Exactly.
And
definitely.
Of course, people always say, never make friends with vegetables. I've recently made friends with vegetables, and you should too.
Yeah, so greens. We have some broccoli, lettuce, kale, green pepper. Very important to make sure that you're getting that in. What people don't actually realize from getting in your greens is that you absorb a lot more vitamins than you do if you're taking a vitamin supplement, right? So you absorb a lot more. So it's very important to add that into your meals.
And finally, with the summer coming to an end, we're going to lose a lot of time, but that doesn't mean you can't get your groceries.
Exactly. So herbery.com, amazing service that I use quite often. For me personally, I have a little guy at home. I'm an entrepreneur. And I do not like going to the grocery store. So to have a company do that for me is amazing.
And you can get pretty much everything and anything through there. So bread, vegetables.
Anything that you want from a grocery store, you can get it from there, which is quite amazing. The great thing too is that you can get an app for it on the iOS or Android, or even go on the web and find it on there as well.
And here's the key. The tips that you mentioned, you don't have to wait until September to start doing it. You can start it now, right? Because, it's kind of hard, because once September hits, you're hitting the ground running. So maybe it's best to kind of ease in right now, right?
Start doing it now, definitely. And just making sure that you have things in your fridge. Because that's when I have my clients, that's one thing that is a problem, is making sure they have something in their fridge. And what they always say is just time management. They don't have enough of it. So just making sure that you have something like Uber.com to make sure your fridge is full.
Jerome, thank you very much for joining us. If you follow these tips, before picture, after, before, after. There you go. Thanks a lot, Jerome. Still ahead on the national edition of The Morning Show. Why mustard is the must-have condiment. Chef Mike Ward is here with some recipes, plus why KFC is selling its own brand of sunscreen. Actually.